Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. This is Offline. Today guys, we are in a video about Summoner's War. Today we're gonna have a look at the Dark Knight 5 that needs a buff in the next balance patch. Next balance patch should be in 2 weeks, around 2 weeks. So hopefully we get some good buffs, because some Dark Knight 5 are actually pretty down bad. They are down bad and they definitely need a buff. Now I do believe Light and Dark Knight 5 should be better than normal Element Knight 5. They should. Also, there is some LDs that are way better than other LDs, and that should not happen. I think they should be fitting different positions. What are these runes? But they all should be good, like really good. So hopefully they do something about that, because obviously some units are way better than other units, and then Nephthys is better than Dark Panda. Even if they are different units, Dark Panda is a damage dealer, bruiser, Nephthys is a bruiser, damage. I mean, I guess I feel like, I made, you know what I mean. So hopefully they do get balanced out pretty well eventually. But for now, if you have the better LD Knight 5, GG. Now guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you haven't already though. It is free and really help out, so please, it's a button, it's free. Now Puppeteer, I'm not gonna mention her, she's new. Counters never buff new units, never nerf new units. Hopefully they nerf the water one, but they never did that, I don't think. So let's skip the Puppeteer. Buff, what needs buff is definitely this. Weird unit, maybe working. I don't know, I don't like her at all. I think she doesn't do a whole, I don't think she does that much. She definitely needs a nerf. Yeah, delete her from the game. She needs a buff. Hopefully they do give her a buff. I'm not sure what they should do with the buff. She does have defense break. I mean, you get invincible for allies, so that's not too bad, but I've never seen her being used. Yeah, so I don't know how would be that. I think she could use a little buff though. I don't know how, but she could use a little buff. Now, I'm not saying this one needs a buff. I think this unit is actually the best cookie they released, but it's a bit hard to use this. I mean, I guess it's a non-contact strip, attack bar decrease, attack bar decrease and attack attack slow, right? Speed slow. So yeah, speed debuff, slow debuff, decrease attack bar, absorb attack bar, and strip. So yeah, I think no, it doesn't need a buff. It would be too strong otherwise. I mean, unless they get him to 100 base speed, that would be okay, I guess. But I don't think he's one of the ones that need the buff the most between the dark unit. One of the ones that needs the buff the most in the Dark Knight 5 section is Ritsu. I honestly never fought this guy before in RTA ever. You know, when people try out the Knight 5s, I don't think people even try this guy to make him work. Overall, I said it before, I think Shadowcaster as a whole family need a little buff. I think the fire one is hard to buff though, because they're actually really good in some situations. The water one is already really annoying in some situations too. So they're niche, but they do work pretty well. But the wind, light and dark are pretty bad, so hopefully they get a buff. I'm not sure how they will buff this guy, but definitely needs a buff. Now, no, I don't think Maximilian needs a buff. Maybe she could use a little buff, but also she has 2 AoE strip with provoke, so I don't know if she needs a buff. I think she's decent. She works like Nora, and I think Nora is decent, but as I said, I think the LDs should be a bit better than normal element counterpart, so maybe she could use a tiny buff, but yeah, maybe definitely Ritsu needs more the buff, and she probably needs a buff more than her. I think the Ritsu is number one that should get buffed. The base is another unit that probably should get a little buff. It does a lot of damage though, so I don't know if it should get buffed, but it could use a tiny tweak. Again, not sure how they should buff him. but yeah, it could use a little one. I'm biased on this one, but Dark Panda still needs a buff in my opinion. It's hard to run, really hard to run, and then if he gets attack broken, his passive just disappear. This passive has too many conditions in my opinion. If the enemy has attack buff, his passive disappear. If he has attack break, this disappear. So an LD now 5 is left with skill 1 and skill 2 only, just because he got attack broken. Yeah, no, he needs a little buff in my opinion. He could get attack buff from the passive, maybe let Masha gets immunity, maybe he could get attack buff, but otherwise it's my only LD and he's unruined right now, so that says everything. Manananan, I don't know if he needs a buff, to be honest with you. He does have a decent amount of damage and he has the reset, so maybe does, maybe doesn't. I have no idea how this should buff him though. I have no clue. I don't have him, so do let me know in the comment below if you have him and you think he needs a buff and how you buff him. So maybe Manananan. And then yeah, Jara probably needs a buff though. She doesn't do too much. I mean, this is I mean, she has defense break and branding, but the base speed is really low, so it's gonna be really hard to build her. She has a good anti-revive, but I don't know, I think she could use a little buff. I mean, I guess the defense break is 100% with the skill ups, and yeah, I don't know. I think Jara could use a little buff overall. And one more unit that needs a buff is Han. No, I'm joking. It's Trinity. Good speed lead, but honestly, I've seen her using skill 3 and doing no damage. 0 damage. I feel like she's pretty hard to build, because if you're using her for the speed lead, probably using a fast team, and she needs to be fast. She also needs to have attack, a lot of attack, and she needs to be close to 100 crit rate, and she needs to be having some crit damage, HP, defense, so she doesn't get one shot. She needs all the stats in the game, and yet she doesn't do enough damage on skill 3. Yeah, I feel like she definitely needs a buff. Hopefully they do buff the units that need the buff the most. I think other units like her, she does her job in Siege. She's not RTA unit for sure, but other units, they've been doing a decent job in buffing LDs, but they still need to do a lot more, because some LDs are just very bad. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know in the comment below what you think, and yeah, thank you so much for watching guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye everybody, take care guys, stay safe, bye.